Bioluminescent animals are one of nature's most fascinating and beautiful phenomena. These creatures have the ability to create their own light, which they use for a variety of purposes, from attracting mates to luring prey. In this video, we'll take a closer look at some of these amazing animals and explore the science behind their ability to produce light. Fireflies is a common name for the insects scientifically known as Lampyridae. Fireflies have a distinctive look to them, with most species measuring between 5 to 25 millimeters in length. They have soft bodies and wings, which are often used to glide or fly over short distances. Fireflies have a small head with two large compound eyes, which allow them to see in low light conditions. The female fireflies of many species have vestigial wings or no wings at all, whereas males are able to fly in search of a mate. The lower portion of the abdomen has light-producing organs, commonly referred to as lanterns, that allow these animals to produce bioluminescent light. Bioluminescence is a process by which living organisms produce light. Fireflies use bioluminescence as a means of communication with other fireflies. Males use their flashing light to attract females, while females respond with a flash of their own, signaling their interest. Fireflies are the most well-known bioluminescent animal, and are easily recognized by their flashing light. This flashing light is produced by the interaction of two chemicals, luciferin and luciferase. Luciferin reacts with oxygen to produce light, which is then emitted as a flash from the firefly's abdomen. The bright light produced by fireflies serves as a warning to predators that they are toxic or unpalatable. Some researchers suggest that the synchronization of flashing light serves as a means of reducing competition between different species of fireflies. Fireflies are found all around the world, but the most common species found in North and Central America are the Photinus and Photorus. They are often seen in meadows, woods, and near water sources during the warmer months. In the United States, the synchronous fireflies that live in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park are a major tourist attraction every year. These fireflies flash their lights in unison, creating a beautiful display that lasts for about 2 weeks in late May to early June. The larvae and eggs of fireflies are also important to the ecosystem, as they feed on snails and other soft-bodied invertebrates, and serve as a food source for other organisms. Some research has been done on the use of bioluminescence in medical research and developing new technologies. Anglerfish are a unique and fascinating species of fish that live in the deep ocean waters. They are known for their distinctive appearance, with a large head and mouth that can swallow prey larger than their own body. The body of an anglerfish is usually black or dark brown in color and can range in length from a few inches to a few feet. While there are different types of anglerfish, they all share some common characteristics. For example, they have an organ called the esca that is located at the end of a long protrusion on their head. This organ emits a dim light that attracts prey, allowing the anglerfish to hunt more easily in the dark depths of the ocean. One of the most fascinating things about anglerfish is their ability to produce bioluminescent light. The esca on their head contains bioluminescent bacteria that produce the light. The light is emitted through a process called chemiluminescence, which involves a chemical reaction between luciferin and luciferase. The light produced by the esca is usually blue or green in color and can be seen from long distances. This light is what makes anglerfish so unique and recognizable. One of the most interesting aspects of anglerfish is the difference between males and females. Female anglerfish are much larger than males and have the distinctive esca on their head that emits bioluminescent light. The esca is used to attract prey and also to attract males for reproduction. The males of the anglerfish species look completely different than females. Males are much smaller and do not have the esca that emits light. Instead, they have a strong sense of smell that allows them to locate females by following the pheromones they emit. When a male finds a female, he bites onto her skin and over time their tissues fuse together. The male then lives off the female's blood and provides sperm for reproduction. In some cases, one female anglerfish can have multiple males attached to her body, all living off her blood and reproducing together. Glowworms are fascinating creatures that inhabit caves, forests, and other dark areas in New Zealand and Australia. They're not actually worms but are larvae of a species of fly known as Arachnocampa. What makes glowworms truly unique is bioluminescence, which is the ability to produce light. The light produced by these larvae is a result of a chemical reaction that's influenced by the concentration of oxygen in their bodies. The light typically emitted by glowworms is a blue-green color, which is best seen at night. The brightness of the light produced by the larva can increase or decrease depending on various factors like the level of oxygen, age, and food availability. Glowworms use their light to attract prey and also to defend themselves against predators. The light from the glowworm colony can be so bright that it can be seen from afar, making it look like a galaxy of stars in a pitch-black cave. These insects are truly unique and mesmerizing to watch, especially at night. Glowworms have a very interesting and unique life cycle. The eggs of the Arachnocampa species are laid just above the ground, usually in areas that are moist and sheltered from the sun. After a few weeks, the eggs hatch into larvae. The larvae of the Arachnocampa species are unique in that they have light-producing organs known as photocytes that run along their bodies. These photocytes are what produce the characteristic blue-green light for which glowworms are famous. The larvae develop over the course of several months before entering the pupal stage where they undergo metamorphosis. After metamorphosis, the larvae emerge as adult flies. These flies have only a brief lifespan, usually living for only a few days to a week if they're lucky. During this time, they mate, and the females lay their eggs, and the process begins all over again. Understanding the life cycle of this fascinating organism is crucial to preserving their population, which is why conservationists work tirelessly to protect and maintain their habitats. Glowworms use their bioluminescence in a variety of ways. One of the primary uses of their light is to attract prey. The larvae of the Arachnocampa species typically build a nest or structure on the roof of their homes at just the right distance from the light. By emitting a steady light, which is effective in attracting different types of insects, such as mosquitoes, flies, moths or beetles. Once the prey is drawn near enough, the glowworm uses its silk threads to ensnare them in a sticky trap, which it then pulls into its mouthparts for consumption. The efficient and effective use of their bioluminescence in capturing prey is no less than remarkable. In addition to being a predator, the glowworm also uses its bioluminescence to defend itself from predators. By emitting an intense glow, typically lasting less than a minute but sometimes longer, it signals to the predators its resistance and warns them of its poisonous nature. This light assists the predators in identifying the larvae and their species as potentially harmful, diverting their attention to alternative prey. Glowworms provide a prime example of how organisms have evolved to use the resources available to them to survive and thrive, and the larvae's remarkable ability to use their bioluminescence to turn the table on potential predators and at the same time hunt their prey has helped them survive for millions of years. Dinoflagellates are a type of marine plankton that can be found in all the Earth's oceans, as well as in freshwater. They are unicellular organisms that can move themselves around through the use of two whip-like tails called flagella. Dinoflagellates are incredibly diverse, with thousands of known species. They can be found in a wide array of shapes and sizes, ranging from spherical to elongated and from 5 to 2,000 micrometers in diameter. Some dinoflagellates are photosynthetic, which means that they can produce their own food, while others are heterotrophic and need to feed on other organisms in order to survive. Dinoflagellates are an incredibly important group of organisms in the marine ecosystem, forming the base of the food chain for many marine species. One of the most interesting aspects of dinoflagellates is their remarkable ability to produce bioluminescence. When dinoflagellates are agitated, they create a dazzling light show that is visible even during the day. Bioluminescence is generated when a chemical reaction takes place inside the dinoflagellate cells, combining oxygen, calcium, and a pigment called luciferin to produce light. The light can be seen in various colors, including blue, green, and red. However, not all dinoflagellates are bioluminescent, only about half of the known species are. The exact purpose of bioluminescence in dinoflagellates is not yet fully understood. Some scientists believe that it could serve as a defensive mechanism, by illuminating the area around the dinoflagellates and making them visible to potential predators. Others propose that bioluminescence could attract predators of the dinoflagellates' predators, thus creating a sort of chain reaction that ultimately protects the dinoflagellates. Additionally, bioluminescence could play a role in the dinoflagellates' reproduction process, as some species only exhibit bioluminescence during mating. Beyond these hypotheses, researchers are still working to uncover the full range of functions that bioluminescence serves within dinoflagellates. Bioluminescent fungi are those types of fungi that emit light through various means. Bioluminescence is an attribute of living organisms, where they create light energy through different biochemical reactions. The process responsible for the bioluminescence of fungi is called chemiluminescence. This is brought about when enzymes oxidize certain luciferins, substances that contain light-emitting units. If you've never heard of it before, you may wonder why exactly fungi would need to glow. Some scientists suggest that it may be to attract insects, which can then transport the fungi's spores over greater distances than the fungi would be able to achieve on their own. Despite the fact that only a small amount of fungi species are currently known to be bioluminescent, they're incredibly fascinating. These species can be found predominantly in forests and other damp places, particularly in the tropics, although they have been discovered in other regions around the world too. Because bioluminescent fungi are so unique and beautiful, some people even use them for decorative purposes or in creating art. The great thing about bioluminescent fungi is that they don't require any sort of energy or electricity source, no batteries or plug-in required, making them great for use in environments where it would be difficult or impossible to have artificial light. As we continue to explore the world of bioluminescent animals, it's amazing to think about all the mysterious, remarkable life forms that exist on this planet. Next, we'll take a closer look at the locations where bioluminescent fungi can be found. As mentioned earlier, bioluminescent fungi are found predominantly in forests and other damp places around the world. These fungi tend to grow in decaying wood or large logs, and their light can often be seen emanating from the bark of trees, as well as the ground around the trees. Other areas where they can be found include areas with damp soil, leaf litter, and even in living trees, where they grow as parasites. In fact, some bioluminescent fungi are known to cause white rot, a type of decay in trees that can cause them to ultimately break down and die. So while bioluminescence may look beautiful, it can also have a detrimental impact on the environment. While bioluminescent fungi can be found in regions all over the world, the greatest diversity seems to be in the tropical regions. In these areas, there are a number of different fungus species that can be found, including Mycena, Panellus, and Neonothopanus, all of which are bioluminescent. These fungi provide a unique ambiance to the damp forest floors and can be seen glowing from great distances away in the dark. As more and more people learn about bioluminescent fungi, it's important to remember that these are living organisms that play a vital role in the health of ecosystems. While it may be tempting to go on a night hike in search of the magical glow of bioluminescent fungi, we urge you to remember to always respect nature, stay on designated trails, and avoid disturbing or harming any plant or animal life. In the next segment, we'll delve into one of the most famous species of bioluminescent fungi, the foxfire fungus. Foxfire fungus is one of the most recognizable and well-known species of bioluminescent fungi. This group of fungi is known for its ability to emit a bright green light that can be seen from far away in the dark, damp forests where it grows. The name, foxfire, is said to come from American folklore, where people would see a glow in the forests at night and attribute it to foxes leading them astray. But in reality, the foxfire fungus was the culprit all along. The foxfire fungus can be found in a number of different locations, including North America, Europe, and Asia. It usually grows on decaying wood or tree stumps, and it's actually a type of fungus that forms a symbiotic relationship with the trees it grows on. The fungus helps to decompose the wood, while the tree provides the fungus with food and shelter. This incredible relationship between the two organisms is one of the reasons that bioluminescent fungi are so important to the health of forests and other ecosystems. The chemical responsible for the bioluminescence in the foxfire fungus is called luciferin, the same chemical that's found in fireflies. When luciferin reacts with oxygen, it creates a bright green glow. Interestingly, the glow of the foxfire fungus tends to be strongest when it's experiencing certain environmental conditions. For example, when the fungus is exposed to higher levels of nitrogen, it will often glow more brightly than it would otherwise. While the foxfire fungus is beautiful and fascinating, it's important to always remember to respect nature and avoid harming or disturbing any plants or animals. With that said, we hope that you've enjoyed learning about this incredible species of bioluminescent fungi. Thanks for watching. In conclusion, bioluminescence is not only fascinating to look at, but also an important tool for many animals in their struggle for life. From deep-sea creatures that use it to attract prey, to fireflies that use it to attract a mate, bioluminescence is an essential part of life for many species. As humans continue to explore the world's oceans and encounter new and exciting bioluminescent animals, we can only hope that we'll be able to learn more and more about these fascinating creatures. Who knows, maybe one day we'll even be able to harness the power of bioluminescence for our own use. The possibilities are fascinating and endless.